Hello, and thanks for tuning in to our next Mondi e-commerce webinar. We are here to learn from e-commerce packaging and logistics experts, so let's get started. In today's session, we will explore the critical aspects of selecting the right paper material for mailer bags and share exclusive key findings and recommendations based on our in-depth research and testing of paper for mailer bags. Mailer bags are essential for e-commerce businesses, particularly for fashion retailers, and choosing the right paper can significantly impact the quality, sustainability, and cost effectiveness. Three experts are joining me today for the first time: Reinhard Kainz, Sebastian Frank, and Pedro Cuesta. Reinhard has a paper production and quality management background and has worked at Mondi in different technical positions for more than 25 years. Pedro works as a mailer bags operations manager and has built his experience over the last 20 years by doing several functions in paper bags production and operations. Sebastian joined Mondi in 2019 and has since then been taking care of sales for mailer bags within Europe. Welcome and thank you for taking the time to speak with me. Let's start with a short market overview. Sebastian, could you share some insights into the mailer bags market and recent developments?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks and good morning, Nedim. Happy to be here to talk about our nice product, the mailer bags. So the mailer bags itself is rather a young product within the e-commerce segment. So we started in 2018 with higher production volumes. And in the last years, also due to the big boom in e-com, there was a nice growth, which we also underlined with the investment we did in our plant in Krapkowice. And yeah, it's getting more and more popular due to different facts. There are sustainability factors. You use less materials and you have a lighter packaging compared to boxes. For fashion retailers, that's more and more the mailer bags are becoming a preferred option. But nevertheless, also corrugated solutions are still in a high usage also for accessories, electronics, and home goods. For us, it's always important to discuss with the customers what their expectations are, what their needs are, what they need to bring their goods in the perfect way to their end consumers. And that's our main goal at the end. Yeah.
And what are customers' expectations from bags used in an online fashion business? Or in other words, what is important for them?
So at the end, for e-commerce retailers, it's super important because at the end it's the first touch point to the customer. So you order at the platform or at the web page, and the first physical touch point to the consumer, it is the packaging, and it should be in line with the brand's branding. And yeah, it's really important because consumers, they expect products to be delivered in a sustainable and protective way, but also important that it's easy to handle and to open. So that's our crucial point. And for sure, it should be arrived in a good way at the consumers. So it should not be destroyed. And at the end, it's the first impression of the company.
And are there any industry standards or certifications related to paper quality and performance that online fashion retailers should be aware of when selecting mailer bag materials?
Yes, absolutely. So we luckily have the opportunity to, within our group, to have a ISTA lab where you can do some testings on the different packaging types. So with our laboratory, which is in the ThinkBox, we can test the whole journey of a packaging in our lab. So here we have the chance to really define the fit for purpose materials in combination with products.
Reinhard, we recently conducted the mailer bag market screening. Why did we do that?
Yeah, the the main reason for this market screening was to get basically an overview and understanding on which kind of papers are currently used for mailer bags on the market, and based on that, to evaluate is there any kind of standard in respect to paper grades, to paper qualities, or a standard related to if there is a standard mailer bag out on the market currently.
And can you explain to us the testing procedure?
Yes, absolutely. So I would like to start on the screening of the material, so to say. So what we did basically, we asked our colleagues within Mondi to collect and forward mailer bags to us meaning to Franchak, to myself, and we conducted the test then in the craft paper R&D center here in the Mondi Franchak mill. How we started, so we received the bags basically, and we started with a bag characterization, meaning we described the bags in terms of the sizes, in terms of the type of the design, and in types of special features what the bags offers. Then, after the describing of the bags, we went to the testing. So we tested the papers used for the bags in the laboratory by testing the mechanical properties of the paper, so tensile strengths, tear strengths, tensile energy absorption, bursting strengths, and some others. And we included also a test of the optical appearance and also the fiber composition in order to see and evaluate if if recycled fibers are used or fresh fibers are used, or combinations of those two.
And what were the outcomes of this test?
Yeah, the outcome. Summarized, we tested more than 70 different mailer bags coming from 26 different brands. And what we saw, there is no real standard when it comes to paper qualities and also when it comes to bag designs. So when we look at the papers as such and the furnish of the paper, we saw that recycling-based papers are used and fresh fiber-based papers are used. Out of this study, we can say 50-50. Approximately 15% virgin fiber bags have been tested, and approximately 50% of recycling-based bags have been tested. When it comes to the grammage ranges, what we saw out of this study is we saw a grammage range which is quite huge. So we saw grammage range from 90 up to 210. So there was also one bag with 210 GSM, but the majority was between then 110 and 120. But we saw also here a huge grammage range when it comes to mailer bags. And when it comes further down to the quality parameters of the papers, we saw that predominantly flat kraft papers, mainly papers without additional stretch, are used for mailer bag business. But there are also some brands, exactly there are 4 brands out of the 26 what we tested, where also stretchable papers, in particular semi-extensible papers, has been used for mailer bags. And when it comes to the mechanical properties, here we really saw a huge variation. So we saw papers which really rather poor or worse paper quality up to really high paper qualities here. Of course, this is connected to recycling in fresh fiber basis, but also in the fresh fiber or in the recycled fibers, we saw big differences when it comes to mechanical properties.
And Reinhard, after conducting this research, how do we approach the market in this sense, or what is our recommendation on the most optimal bag material and design?
I think as we did not really see a standard when it comes to paper qualities on the market, I think it's important to approach the customer in a way to make them clearly understand and define their individual needs and individual requirements. So once we have these individual needs and requirements, um, we can start, so to say, to translate these individual needs and requirements to paper properties and further down the value stream to bag properties, to features on the bag. So we can give this guidance from the base paper to the mailer bag and can also use our facilities, our possibilities within Mondi, and also to confirm then with testing in the Eastern lab and so on that these paper bags can work for our customers.
Got it. Thank you very much. And Pedro, could you briefly elaborate on how big e-commerce brands think about and choose between fresh and recycled fiber?
Yes, hello. So in order to choose between the fresh and or recycled paper fibers, we need to consider so many factors, and then as a result, we can have so many also multiple possibilities. In addition to select the right paper performance that will protect during the handling and the transport the items, and also the right cost, we need to add the sustainability factors. And then we can choose two main possibilities or ways to go. Yeah. So if we prioritize, we choose the reduction of the paper packaging waste, then we will use a lightweight paper. So we will reduce the grammage, and then will be necessary a high performance paper that usually will be a fresh, using fresh paper fibers. In the other hand, if we are focused on the reduction of the CO2 footprint, then mainly we will use a recycled paper, but this paper will have a lower mechanical performance, and then we will need to increase the grammage to compensate it for. Yeah. Of course, we can follow a mixed strategy. So use a paper that one part is fresh fibers, for example, 80% or 50% or whatever, and then the remaining recycled fibers.
And this is also going to depend on the customer's needs when it comes to the performance of the bag, but also on their needs when it comes to the or wants when it comes to the sustainability goals and their agenda in this area.
Yes, these are not only technical factors, so sometimes it's also the end users or the end customers' requests and requirements. Yeah.
And in the context of an online fashion retailer, how does paper testing contribute to ensuring that mailer bags provide adequate protection for delicate or valuable items during shipping?
So introduce a new paper package in the market for a fashion retailer and obtain also some feedback from the end users to validate it. Yeah, that is right. Can be a long, costly, and complex process. Yeah. We can have the risk of underestimating the issues of the handling and transport, and then have quality problems. So the package is broken so much. Yeah. Or also we can tend to minimize this risk and then over packaging. Yeah. Then paper and also package testing will reduce this risk because we can simulate real handling conditions, and then we can fix some minimum values of base for the paper performance. So we can have the minimum value of grammage, percentage of recycled fibers, tensile strength, versus strength, tear strength, etc. Yeah. Also, please consider that this is not a one-time exercise because the conditions can vary continuously. So we can have different handlings, different countries involved, or different logistic partners, different transport modes. Also, we can change the fashion item in shapes, in sizes, in ways. Yeah, so it's changing, can change continuously. And then these reference values, and also in addition, the feedback of the end users allows to continuous monitoring if we are on the right package or not.
So it is truly an ongoing process of optimization.
Absolutely.
Reinhard, in our ISTA lab in České Budějovice, Bupak plant, we are testing the performance of packaging according to ISTA 6 protocol. What other type of tests, when it comes to the mailer bags and paper itself, are we able to conduct within the Mondi?
Yeah, next to the testing of the mechanical properties, what we do in the R&D center here in Mondi Francia, we have other possibilities, for instance, testing the recyclability performance of paper and the finished packaging. what we do also in the recycling lab in the R&D center in Frankfurt, and here we're testing a core disabled for evergreen recycling protocol. Next to that, for the fast-growing e-grocery market, we have the possibility, so we establish based to the so-called Mondi Food Safety Lab that we can do tests and analysis related everything around safe food packaging. So the food safety laboratory is dealing with all compliance work around the food packaging as such. Next to that, we have the so-called Back Application Center, also located in Frankfurt here, which is equipped, for instance, with a climate chamber where we can do long-term storage tests based on different climates. So if you would enter a new market where different climate positions are present, so to say, we can test also the papers in regards to that. Additionally, we have some other very special tests there, for instance, rain tests. So we can do rain tests and have some other possibility there as well. So I think we are quite well equipped when it comes to testing facilities and competence centers.
And personnel.
And personnel.
Mondi is operating in an integrated value concept, and this provides many benefits, not only internally, but also to our customers.
Yes, absolutely. So especially for e-commerce companies, brands, we have the full portfolio coming from Mondi, so we can call it a one-stop shop. Starting from producing the paper, converting into different applications like mailer bags, corrugated solutions, but also something which is coming more and more, these FFS solutions. We have the paper for that. So at the end, we can deliver to the customers a fit for purpose product. It's not that we try to guide them into one direction. So we check what they need, and on that we recommend what is best for them. So I think we have a big advantage which we can offer to the market.
Yeah. Highlight that we are working in e-commerce probably 5-10 years, but we are working in packaging for more than 100 years. And then we have the background and the expertise to produce packaging, different solutions on different materials for a lot of different items and products, and also to be delivered everywhere. Yeah. So all these kind of synergies supports a little bit also the e-commerce packaging development and continuous improvement.
Clear. Pedro, Mondi is known for being an innovative driver in an industry. Could you share further examples of how we constantly improve mailer bags beyond the paper testing?
Yeah, so if we compare the paper and packaging performance that we had, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago versus actual performance, we can observe could be 2 digits improvement, so a very huge improvement on performance. Yeah, this is done because Mondi is continuing investing in the state of the art on the paper and packaging technology. For example, right now we are investing in a new paper machine to be installed in Czech Republic, an aesthetic mill, and also we are thinking about, or is planned to install a new paper mill in Canada. Yeah. In addition to that, also we are investing in sustainability and also to reduce the CO2 footprint. And then we are moving to green energies. And only for example, we are on the way to install solar panels in 100% of the converting factories. Yeah, to be more green, the energy that we are using on converting. Yeah. Also, we innovated because we are increasing the product portfolio. For example, I will mention the innovated Eco Vantage paper grades, that this is a duplex paper. So one part of the paper is made with fresh fibers and the other part is made with recycled fibers. And then we are combining the both characteristics, and also we can mix in different quantities or percentages. And also we are innovating on new packaging formats. For example, early 2024, we are thinking about to launch in the market the new e-commerce mailer bag in block bottom format. And also we are working, for example, on the new format for padded mailers based on paper fibers instead in plastic or plastic bubbles.
And any other design improvements of the mailer bag that you have in the pipeline?
Yes, this is a continuous, so we can have collaborating projects with the customers, and then so if the customer needs a special feature, so for example a very nice easy opening or another feature, we can work on that in joint projects. And also we are evolving in order to improve the materials and to reduce the cost, and improve the efficiency.
Thank you, Pedro. And when we are innovating, do we always do projects with customers and on customers' behalf, or do we also have isolated projects where the idea originates at Mondi and then we try to introduce it to the market?
So in addition to projects in common development with customers, also we are working all together with the different business units. So we are collaborating from mail paper bags with corrugated solutions, with paper developers. Also, we are in continuous improvement with the machine manufacturers to develop new features and improve the actual machinery. Please consider that e-commerce is a new product that we will need to develop new machinery. So existing machinery 5 or 10 years ago is not allowed to produce the actual bags or mailer bags that we needed. And also we are in contact with material suppliers, so hot mail, glues, etc., paper, of course, to improve the materials.
So it is fair to say that all the innovations in e-commerce are happening through the full value chain, from the machine manufacturers, carriers, to other raw material suppliers, and all the way to Mondi. We collaborate jointly to bring new solutions to life.
Yes.
Very good.
I have maybe one point to add. So when I started back then, this product looked more or less completely different. So there's really a lot already going on. And compared to other products which we have in our portfolio at eCom, for example, corrugated solution, it's a really young product, and there is a lot of opportunities still to improve. And I guess we have everything here within Mondi to bring the mailer bag onto the next level. That's was important maybe for me to mention as well, because it's such a dynamic market, and it's super interesting.
Also to comment that the speed of the changes is very fast. So it could be the actual packaging solutions will be different on the next 2 or 3 years. So we are continuously evolving to better solutions or different, and to cover more specific needs.
Sebastian, if you can name one feature that was requested by the customer and successfully implemented in the recent period, which one would you choose?
It's a very good question. So I would say it's the part of the easy opening. So it's the perforation style, which is more or less the biggest. How do we call it? There's the biggest broke potential. So here we really put together with our engineers and our application guys a lot of effort in to define a new standard. And we are currently finalizing the tests in the market, but it looks really promising that we find a super cool new feature in our mailer bags for this part.
And this project is being implemented jointly with a customer, or is this isolated Mondi activity?
No, it was really together with a customer. We started to evaluate what are the opportunities to at least also get rid of this red tape. It's the last remaining plastic part in the mailer bag, and our goal was to get rid of it as well. So we have a nice solution now. We need to get it confirmed, but it looks really promising. Yeah.
And the last question goes to all three of you. Based on the research that we conducted and then talked about in the first part of this webinar, which further recommendations can we now share with our customers to improve their mailer bags? And Sebastian, maybe we can start with you.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's really helpful for our customers to stay aware in the know of what consumers expect from their online retailers and their packaging. For this purpose, our market screenings and reports, for example, the Mondi Group e-commerce trend report, which we send out once a year, supports this by gathering insights, which we share with our customers, as we believe this is a pure value-adding service for them as well.
Pedro?
Yes, in my opinion, it will be great to have some such of a standard or reference values for all together. And also be aware that this testing and the packaging and the paper is necessary to do it continuously, because conditions can vary continuously, so it can change, and then the package is working on it today right, but could be tomorrow if something changes, we need to adapt to that. Be aware of that.
Clear. And Reinhard?
Yeah, I think also fact-based figures help to develop, and we can deliver fact-based figures done in our researches, done in our labs, done in our with our experience. But I think what is very important for our customers is really to define the individual needs, and this is, and also already here we can support. So we can support with finding the status quo if there is existing packaging solution by doing the tests. So we can do paper-based tests, we can do performance tests on the bags, and we have possibility to also include sustainability testing by the recyclability tests, for instance. And I think if we have this baseline, if we have the understanding what are the needs, if we have the status quo informations, then we can build on that and help our customers to further optimize their packagings or find new ways of packaging as such.
Thank you very much for your answers and your contribution to the webinar. It was my pleasure to talk to you about this topic, and I'm sure that our viewers will enjoy it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.